Okay, I'm just waiting notifications there. And okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning into a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have an incredible guest with us today for his second time, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than Brother Aaron Muhammad, a student in the ministry class out of Albany, Georgia. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you,
Yes,
sir?
I'm phenomenal, sir. We have been inspired by your many posts on social media of your business ventures and the growth. We see pictures, we see action, but I said, let's get the detailed, the who, what, when, where, and why on what took place with Elevated Places. Can you please let us know what Elevated Places is, sir?
Well, first of all, again, Josh, thank you for giving us the opportunity to represent the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to the best of our ability.
Yes, sir.
We greatly appreciate this, and we pray to Allah that it strengthen the believers and those who desire to be believers, and those who are weak in their belief to strengthen them and become stronger believers, especially in this hour. You know, Elevated Places, Josh, was founded in 2004, 2005. I used to be a school teacher. And, you know, the classroom has changed today. You and I briefly discussed that. We need more people like yourself in the classrooms today because of the young people. I'm old school. My mom is old school. My mom is an old, triple old school G. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You carry that big strap, man. So, and I've been in the school system in 2000. I started the school system in 1990, I started. And in the classroom, it's a little different. Things begin to change. And I could no longer fit into the system, how it was ran. Like I said, I carry a big strap. I didn't mind beating other people's children, but I knew the system wouldn't allow that too much longer. So I heard the Honorable Minister Farrakhan one day. We were listening to a national broadcast, and he said that you all no longer can teach the message to the Black man the way we taught it. He said you have to begin to transpose the teachings. So it resonated with me. And my last assignment in the school system was in-school suspension. I had about 24 young ladies in school. And at that time, they was 14 years old, 15 years old. A lot of them was in this home lesbianism and things like that. I'm trying to get them to see themselves. We did so well with that group. They wanted us to take over the in-school suspension group. But what I found out was they was resonating or vibing with the study guides. And I began to give them different study guides, transposing the teachings. I didn't say, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, and
yes, sir, yes, sir.
No, I didn't. I know who I am. So I didn't have to wear a badge is what I'm saying. So we began to take 10 or 15 of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan's study guide, and we put together a curriculum. And it was working so well that they wanted to assign me permanently to the in-school suspension class in the basement. Needless to say, we didn't accept that. We went out on our own and we formed a consulting firm, an educational consulting firm where we were going around to the school system doing workshops, staff development, training, teachers development, workshops with the youth. So we began to form this program called Elevated Places, which is a good friend of mine who's no longer a part of it, but I got to give him a big shout out. His name was Brother Yusef, and he worked with us in building this aspect. Also a sister named Sister Betty, who worked with us to build this aspect of Elevated Places. So we took the teachings, Josh, and we just did what the Honorable Minister Farrakhan asked us to do, transpose the teachings, and we were blessed to have nothing but success, and that began in 2005.
Oh, praise is due to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what we see on social media, the lake, the people come, the believers come in. I see people with red shirts. I see the name, Elevated Places. You posing with your family. What is that?
Well, again, Elevated Places was an aspect of the study guides. And the study guides are self-improvement, which is the basis for community development.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
we use the study guides to develop the community first, of course, starting with myself, trying to be a better me, starting with my family. My wife, my wife is she don't play no Whit Nichols. She don't take Whit Nichols, man. So, when we started Elevated Places, man, hey man, you riding all over the place. They tell me to give you gas money and things like that. And and I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. So we were going in and out of the complexes in Jersey City, New Jersey, where I'm from, in high-rise buildings, Montgomery projects, recruiting the gang from, and we were doing gang conflict resolutions with Elevated Places. We was going around. I got to tell you the story, Josh. It's coming right back to your question.
Yes, sir.
We were going to different complexes in Jersey City, Booker T, Montgomery, Curry Woods, in the woods, and we were doing gang resolution, solving problems, and things like that. And we were doing it for free. So my wife was like, "Yo, babe, what's up? You said it earlier, man. It wearing you out, babe. Why you?" I said, "Babe, it's something we have to do this. We have to." So we had Miss Pat, who ran the housing. She came to us one day. She said, "I need to talk to you." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "We have something for you all." I said, "What is that?" So she said, "We have this voucher for $1,500. Man, cool, no problem. We took the voucher. We kept doing what we do. The following year, they came to us again. Now you had two complexes. You had Booker T and you had Montgomery complex living together, Bloods and Crips, banging on each other, brothers and sisters, cousins, all of them related. You know how they called Elevated Places in, and they wanted to give us a contract. By the grace of Allah, they gave us a contract for $35,000 per complex. Offices, everything. Hey, I'm gonna say that a little louder so my wife can remember that. Put that in your memory bank. All that running around. But then my wife began to see, as we say, now she became a believer. Now Elevated Places is up and running. Now it's up and running. We got two complexes, 35,000 a piece. We made 70 grand that year, just doing what we've been doing. They gave us office space, everything. So now Elevated Places is up and running. So now we made the plan to move to Georgia. We still Elevated Places, and we travel back and forth to New Jersey in the educational system. We do it, but we had this vision with some of the land that we had. My wife said she had the vision when she was a little girl as well. And we purchased 7 acres of land, and we had the vision with the putting a pond on their lakes, things like that, horseback riding, to serve the community, to have a place where people can go to recreate themselves, recreation, if you would, right? So we've been in Georgia now, 2009, 2010, 12, 13 years. Now, I'm gonna make this quick, but this is amazing. This is how God worked. So we had 7 acres out from where we live at, and we've been trying to work and get this thing developed, but it's still sitting there. Right where we live at, we live on 12 acres by the grace of Allah. And across from where we live at is a Caucasian family. And we became neighbors. They remember my son since he was 2 years old. We bought the property we live on. My son was 2 years old. He's 20 now, so that was 18 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, Josh, the Caucasian guy, the younger guy, he had his father and his mother living in the back house. He lived in the front house. He came up to me, this is his words. He said, "Muhammad," he said, "when my mother and my father died, I'm out of here. I've been living here 40-some years, I'm gone." He said, "I don't think of nobody else should have this property but you all." That's what I said, bro. In the back of my mind, I'm saying, okay, we ain't thinking about, when my father died, when my mother, no, we don't think like that, right? But that's what he said. So a year or two before COVID, his father dies. He comes up to me again. As a matter of fact, we went on a walk. He noticed I walk. He said, "Can I walk with you, Muhammad?" I said, "Come on, let's walk." So we walked and we started talking. He said, "Well, my father's gone. My mother's sickly. Him and his mother have been married for 60-some years. And when he was out of town, we would go check on the mother in the back house and things like that. My son would go over there. And he said, my mom is ill. She's sickly. She's not going to live long without my dad. He said, we getting ready to try to put in a hospice, man. And I'm moving. He said, what you want to do? You ready to buy? Now in my mind, I'm like, man, we don't have no money at all. How we, but I didn't tell him that. So I said, yes, sir, we ready. So this is right before COVID. So we struggling, we wrestling, trying to find loan banks to loan the money to us. You know, we going through cleaning up this, getting this credit together. We going through that whole process.
Yes, sir.
And he kept asking me. He had 24 offers for that property that you all saw on Facebook. That's right across the street from my house right now. Mm. He had 24 offers, but he said, Muhammad, he said, I told you was going to be the first. I'm waiting on you. So we couldn't find anybody to lend us the money. And why not? Because we found out, Josh, that he had 2 separate parcels. He had broken up the land. It was 2 separate addresses to the thing. One part of it, his mother stayed in the back house. The front half part of it, he stayed in the front house. The front house was a much newer house. The back house was a trailer. And I'm saying this for a reason, because I want to show us how we follow the instructions of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Yes, sir,
his word is going to come to reality. His word is going to come to fruition. Being obedient. So we found out that it was 2 parcels on this house. So no company would lend us the money because it's 2 parcels. Now here's the interesting thing: the back house with the trailer home was a much older home. They didn't value that. That sat on 7 acres. The front house, they saw it as more valuable, only sat on 0.5 acres. So the total land is 7.5 acres. The front house, they would lend us money to mortgage the front house. They wouldn't give us no money for the back house. So now we in this dilemma. So what happened was we found a bank that lend us the money for what he's asking for the front house. And when we went to the closing, he signed the 7 acres over to my son, little Aaron, with the pond on. Scot-free, clear, scot-free. Praise be to Allah. 7 acres. Now think we mortgaging this house on 5.5 acres, that house, half an acre, but 7 acres with a pond on it, they didn't value that. We're taught by the Honorable Minister Farrakhan to what? Purchase land. Land. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said a message to the black man: we cannot say we are truly free people until we what? Own some land.
That's right. That's right.
That ideal and that thought and that vision that we had, the 7 acres up for sale, trying to find the money to flip it to get this one across the street. By the grace of Allah, we still own the 7. By the grace of Allah, we own 7 across the street with 2 houses on it and a pond on it. So all praise is due to Allah. Yes. So me and my wife talked about it, and I gotta say this, I'm thankful to Allah for my wife, Josh. I really am. I gotta say this. She not gonna want me to say it, but to have a woman, a believing woman like my wife, who's understanding, who's patient. My wife has sacrificed. If we go to page Closing the Gap on page 96, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan states, there cannot be an advancement without the sacrifice of life, bloodshed, or pain. Those human beings whom God has chosen for whatever particular field that is, must first have the quality to endure suffering, to endure insult, to endure pain made by judgmental people who are comfortable and are challenged where this human being is trying to lead us to. So why am I saying that? We can't, Jesus said, if you want to be my disciples, you must first what? Deny yourself.
That's right.
Pick up the cross and follow me. So everything that we are blessed to have, and my wife has made the ultimate sacrifice by helping me help the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, it's coming to fruition. It is what it is. It's not surprising. It's a blessing. All praise is due to Allah, John. But it's not surprising because we work hard to serve and help the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. And my wife, man, helps me and support me. And whatever I do to help the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, she's backing it 100%. So anything that we do in his name, it's going to happen. And it's happened. So we were blessed to set up elevated places, which is now we got the back house, we got the weight room, we did the weight room and everything, workout facility, because I'm a personal trainer as well. We got the front house for those who want to come and stay. and bed down. We got the pond, so people who fish, we can go out there and fish. And we bless them. We're not renting the houses out to people. We're not using it to make money. It's used for the service of the community. The community self-improvement is the basis for community development. So it's all built that we got right now set up. We work with the housing authorities. We got senior day trips set up. We got youth day trips set up where they will come out during the day to go fishing and get some training. Of course, they're going to get some elevated places because it's not where you are in life. We said elevated places is not where you are in life. It's the condition of your mind. So they come and do workshops. We do health seminars with the seniors and things like that. So we're just using it to help and represent and bear witness that the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is right and exact. All praises due
all
to
praise due to Allah. Excellent, brother. Excellent. My sister Naima says all praise due to Allah. Brother Alichi Taylor says assalamu alaikum, family, respect to the good bruh. I'm assuming he must be an Omega. Allah Akbar. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My sister's name says assalamu alaikum as well. Okay, now brother Aaron, speaking of your wife and her the value, you've mentioned her quite a few times, and her value for your being where you are, assisting you to be where you are in life right now. How important is it to be married in this struggle in 2022? How important is that?
Man, that's a good question, guys. And I'm big on that. And my wife would know I would be remiss in my duty. I'm remarried. I have an ex-wife with three beautiful children. And my wife today blessed me with 3 beautiful children. And I have a son who's right now in the school of hard knocks. I was just on the phone with him. He's being developed and fashioned and molded. So my ex-wife was a member of the Nation of Islam. So she helped me as well. She sacrificed as well. So I would be remiss in my duty if I didn't mention her and what she put up with. But sometimes sight is what it is. The minister said in Closing the Gap, Josh, the God-conscious individual is less likely to misperceive reality than one who forsakes Allah God. He says, when we forsake Allah God, we forsake him who is the only reality and the creator of that which we're trying to perceive. So now my wife today, she just had something special about her. She wasn't in a religion or anything. It was just something about her. And we were friends. We were just friends. And I knew in my mind now, man, she'd be a good Muslim, right? So as we talking as friends, I just invited her to the mosque, and she came out to the mosque and she accepted. So it's so important for us as brothers, as men, period, to have a good wife. Hold on a second, John. Let me see if I got something here right quick. Let me see. I told my wife, I found my wife on page, what is this, 2.0, the teaching 2.0?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I said, hey, babe, because I lift my wife up, Josh, because I bear witness. That's a Allah's wife. That's not, see, I see it like this and I share with the brothers. That's not even my wife. I was just assigned to her. And by me doing the best that I can do in my assignment, I get some benefits.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Quality benefits at that.
Yes, sir.
But now, hey, Josh, we're not gonna act like it ain't no struggle now.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Out to that coin, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Out of that coin. So we're not gonna act like no struggle. But we've been blessed with the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad through the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, that when we meet struggle, we meet and we overcome it. All we do is flip pages to one another. Something different. I don't agree with. She don't agree with. We go right to the page. Well, here's what the minister said. Now, if I'm a believer, I have to accept what the minister said. Right? So the minister said in Closing the Gap on page 126, disagreement is like a lighted fuse, bro. Agreement is the basis of love. Real Muslims are in agreement on the most relevant truths. This is what makes their love so genuine. It's hard for me and my wife to disagree. It really is. It really is. It really is. And when we in disagreement, we feel some kind of way. So that's not my wife. That's Allah's wife. I've just been assigned to her. So I got to do my duty. But look at my wife right here on page 2.0.
Yes, sir.
2.0 volume 2, page 93. The question was asked to the minister, what are three keys What are the 3 key things that made you a successful married man? Now listen to the minister, man. He says, I think whatever success I have in my marriage is due to the wisdom, the patience, the fortitude, the righteousness, and the strength of my wife. Now we talking about the man of God. Listen to this answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I think whatever success I have in my marriage is due to the wisdom, the patience, the fortitude, and the righteousness, the strength of my wife. Look what he says. And her ability, check this out now, to see me in the role that God and circumstances has cut out for me. That's key, man. That's key. And to help me in that role and to persevere with me and to suffer with me. My wife suffered with me, man.
Yes, sir.
Stories, man. Good God Almighty. See, and grow with me. I would never be the man that I am if Allah God did not give me the woman that I have to be my friend, my wife, my companion in the struggle. I said, babe, here you go. You write in the book. That's her, Josh. Yeah, that's my wife right there. Friend, man. Companion in the struggle, though. In the struggle. In the struggle. So all that we accomplished, what we're doing, we're working with housing authorities now. You know, we started a sanitizing business. We landed a big contract in the housing authority business. We spray paint just like the exterminator come.
Yes, sir.
Spray for roaches. We spray for COVID. Periodically, we go on praises due to Allah, and periodically, elevated places go into these apartments and spray, sanitize the people's residents' apartments. So, I mean, the sky's the limits. Sky's the limits.
Beautiful. All praises to Allah. My sister. Okay, I'm coming back to names, but brother Richard Brown said you're his guy. Brother Alicia Taylor says teach hard. My sister Naima says beautiful, uplift your queen. Now, see, brother Aaron. Now you're gonna put a lot of pressure on me now. Sister see this, thinking like, see, he riding for his woman. You know what I'm saying? He represent. He uplifting his queen. You know what I'm saying?
And you're gonna ride with your woman, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, uplift your queen.
No, because we have an example though. We have an example before us, bro. I didn't just learn this, Josh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm remarried now. Now I see a little clearer. For my first wife, I didn't see clearly. I'm working hard in this mission, man. You know, back then your father's supreme captain. You know how we rolling, brother. We yes, rolling, man. Family being not dealt with, neglect. We rolling, bro. But then it takes patience, though, right? Remember what he said about the wife. It takes patience to bear with struggle. Some of us are not willing to be patient enough and bear with the struggle. Lot's wife wasn't patient enough.
That's right. That's right.
Desired certain things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So even though we go through what we go through, it got to be some patience and some. Hey, especially if you're doing God's work now, don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If we're doing God's work, come on, man. We can make things a little better and easy. We can, but we can't stop this mission, bro.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Yes, sir.
So we got an example. We have an example before us.
Okay, great. Now, my next question for you: you seem to do a lot of work with your wife together. Doing business with your significant other, your wife, and things of this nature. What has been the key to that?
Friendship. We want the same goal. We want the same desire. We're working in this struggle, the resurrection of the dead. That's the key to all of what we do. Elevated places is what it is. It's to elevate the mind. That's why we say at elevated places is not where you are in life, it's the condition of your mind. Because as the minister teaches us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as the minister teaches us, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So everything we do, Josh, that's an excellent question, brother, because that's at the root. Everything we do by the grace of Allah is about service. It's about elevating the people's mind and then backing off. Let them do what they do. Now, of course, if there are bumps and bruises that sound like they got all perfect marriage, really? Come on now, y'all know better than that. I'm a black man born in America, man. My wife, a black woman born in America. See, nothing we do or attempt to do in the way we do it is perfect. But if we follow God's man, he said, be ye perfect, even as I'm perfect.
That's right. That's right.
See, so we follow the man of God, and that's the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. Yeah, we can have perfect relationships and perfect life. Of course. Of course. So to answer your question, at the root of what we do is service. And we work hard to elevate the minds of the people. That's why I teach martial arts. It's all about elevated places. I ain't teaching you how to break nobody's wrist. Yeah, you'll learn that, but I'm gonna teach you how to break this thought you got in your mind. See, so when we work with children in martial arts, it's all about elevating. We use martial art as a tool, but our main purpose is to get into that mind and elevate that mind and drop,
yes, sir.
Drop these teachings on you.
Beautiful. Okay. And thank everybody who continues to like, share, subscribe to People's Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. Let us know what city y'all watching on YouTube. Now, Brother Aaron, how can we support you? Where can people sign up to be a part of Elevated Places? Like do y'all have a website, social, Facebook, Twitter? How do we have
see, that's when you're working so hard at what you do, you leave some things undone. You know, we had websites and all of that at one point in time, but we just working. My number is 229-344-1474. Everybody, you can reach me, call you up, Josh. You know how to get in touch with me. You know,
yes, sir.
I'm blessed to work with one of the top regional ministers in the nation. No, and I have to say this because, you know, now, Josh, I always say, Allah makes the best brownies, so I don't need no brownie points.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But when you're working with a brother like your father, who, man, work out, brother, man. You know what I mean? No pulling no strings, no holding you back. Not insecure when he see growth and development, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know,
sir.
he was one of the first ones I showed him on FaceTime. He's like, oh man, I'm coming down there. When can I come? He wanted to fish. He's still asking about the horses we got.
Yes,
so
sir.
we
Yes,
got
sir.
our brother Patrick from Atlanta who's bringing us a horse this weekend, taking our horse back, getting it together, and then we'll have 2 horses on the premises when he brings our horse back. We have a horse back. We have a horse now, and we're getting another one from Brother Patrick. But I say that to say that when you're working with leadership, like your father, who's not insecure, who's trying to hold you back, you know, it's a beautiful thing. Who don't want to play on Michael Jordan's team? Come on, you're gonna get. Hey, look, you on Jordan and LeBron, you gonna get a ring, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gonna get a ring. We have quite a few people that you know, prove that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you on a staff like the regional staff we have, where Minister Sharif has a staff, you know, that we are on, that you can just work out, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And plus, God said through the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, you don't need permission to do good.
That's right. That's right.
See, so yeah, that we just work, bro. We just work. We got to get that back up. You know, my son, the boy Tech, you know, trying to get him to do his part to get us back up in the technical world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We working on those things. But right now, you can just reach out to me. I always open it up. I've been opening up. Anyone wants to come down and visit, we got bedding now. Just call us ahead of time and we'll set it up where you can come and relax a little bit. That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
Okay, great. So I just want to be clear. So when we all want to come visit Elevated Places and go fishing or horseback riding and you know, stay there, how far in advance do you need to know? Just
about a week or two, because I work my wife to death, man. My wife prepared all the food. So when you saw the brothers came down from Columbus, Georgia, and we had a fellowship with the brothers for the love of the brotherhood, my wife prepared all the food, cooked and everything. She had another sister, Brother Frank, from Byron, Frank J. Muhammad. They came down that day. Brother Frank did one of the workshops for us about grow who you are. His wife was there, so she helped prepare some of the food as well. But my wife, man, just goes all out. She enjoys it. So, you know, we got brother coming. We got a couple of brothers coming from New Jersey this weekend, and she's gonna prepare for them. They're gonna stay, the food and everything. So just give us an advance notice. Don't say, "Can we come down tomorrow?" I mean, you can come down tomorrow. You can come down tomorrow, but you may not eat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can come down tomorrow. That's fine. But no, advance notice, a week or two, and just let us know the numbers and everything, and we'll work it out and everything like that. And people come down, man, and relax and enjoy.
Beautiful. All praise due to Allah. Now, Brother Aaron, my next question for you is, you are able to quote Closing the Gap. I mean, like it's amazing how you're able to quote. What is so special about the book Closing the Gap that we should that we should study it? Because you always
I don't know if I mentioned that on the last podcast, brother Joshua, but the Honorable Minister Farrakhan announced Savior's Day before COVID. He said, and I may misquote it, but correct me if I'm wrong, but he said, I heard this in the laborers meeting, that he read the book from cover to cover from Chicago going into Savior's Day, Detroit. He said that was clear proof that he is the man of God. Clear proof and evidence that he is the man of God, because he's reading the question himself. Now, if we look at the title of the book, I was blessed. I say this, it was a blessing to be able to work with Brother Jabril.
Yes, sir.
For about 3 years of putting the book together. So that was an experience. That was indeed a blessing for us. And a lot of believers across the country helped with the book. You'll see our names in the back of the book. To put this book together, because this book is so important. In the book, it talks about Moses and Aaron was given the explanation of all things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, anytime, Josh, and this is real, I share this with you. Any meeting I go in, any people I sit with, I don't care who they are, I'm gonna find a solution to what we're dealing with in Closing the Gap. Let me give you an example. We had an altercation with the police officers down here in Albany. And they had to realize who their 4 was. But in the meeting, it was a woman captain. And she was a little aggressive till we showed her that that's not necessary. There's a better way to handle things. And I quoted the Honorable Minister Farrakhan's words from Closing the Gap to her. This is what I said. I said, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan teaches us, until the law of the land is to do unto others as you want done unto yourself, we are always going to need police officers. And I mean, the calm came over the roof. And then I jumped right on it. We're here to make it safe for you in the community so you can make it back home to your family. And I mean, her whole facial expression changed. I got witness bears. She was aggressive because she was on a little testosterone side, if you know what I mean. She was the captain. And man, when I dropped those words on her that we're gonna always need police officers until the law of the land is you do unto others what we've done unto each other, what we want done unto ourselves, man, come on, man, this ain't no fight. See? So this book, Closing the Gap, is what it is. It's the inner views. Listen to it, the title, the inner view of the heart, mind, and spirit of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now, we all say we love the minister. We want to be like him, but we can't be like him unless we think like him. So if I got a book in front of me that's taking me into his mind, and I'm feeding on this word, then what is that doing to my mind?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Paul says again, let this mind be in you, the same mind that was in Christ Jesus.
That's right. That's right.
So whose mind did Paul have?
That's right. That's right.
He had the mind of Christ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whose mind did Christ have? He had the mind of God.
That's right. That's right.
So whose mind does the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have? The
yes,
mind
sir.
of
yes,
God.
Sir.
Whose mind does the Honorable Minister Farrakhan have? The mind of Christ. Whose mind that I'm trying to get? I'm trying to get the Honorable Minister Farrakhan's mind. And when you feed, all praises due to Allah, when you feed on his word, Brother Josh, this Closing the Gap books particularly, man, brother, you will be amazed what comes off these pages in our everyday life. That's why it's called Closing the Gap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent. Now, Brother Aaron, speaking of Closing the Gap, you are you still doing the Zoom calls where you all break down Closing the Gap?
Yes, sir.
If so, when and where, what time, so we can make sure we support?
That's tonight on Sundays at 8 p.m. We've been doing Closing the Gap as we celebrated our two-year anniversary. We've been doing Closing the Gap for 2 years when COVID first hit. And we started, myself, Brother Taquan, and Brother Yusuf Muhammad is in Atlanta. Brother Taquan is out of New Jersey. And we will feed on Closing the Gap every morning, like 6, 7 in the morning. That's when COVID first hit. And we would just feed on it. We just kick it back and forth. And we just decided, man, let's do a podcast. we call it a pod class.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Reminds us that we students. Let's do a pod class. So we were doing 8 in the morning, 8 a.m. And now we're doing an 8 p.m., 2 classes per day. We had 20, 25 believers coming on every class. So when we back, now we back in the building, now we back, quote unquote, functioning in the mindset study groups. We only do Sundays at 8 o'clock, at 8 p.m. And we come on and we share. Brother Taquan does an excellent job of guiding us, like a point guard, if you will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He forms the questions and the chapters that we in, and all the believers get them in advance, and we study, and then we come back and we share what we receive from the minister's words. And that's at Sunday at 8 p.m. And our number is, what is it? Oh man, I have it before we get off this thing.
Yes, sir. All praise due to Allah. Well, Brother Aaron, I'm about to go. We have a quick 6-second commercial break. So
Sure.
while I do the sponsorships, but after you get that number,
Yes,
I want to
sir.
thank I want to thank everyone who continues to like, share, subscribe to the People's Podcast. Every comment matters. Every subscription, every anonymous donation that we get from YouTube. If you'd like to be a sponsor or donor, please cash out the People's Podcast. My brother Rashad, Street Premier Media Production. He is a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out if you need any of his services. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book, coloring book, and now Spanish book. Please get all 3 of those on Amazon. Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country, right here in the studio in Atlanta, Georgia. We love our tiny dancers. Rock Communications. If you're working on a book and you need copy editing, project management, or content development, please reach out to Rock Communications. Fashion Guides, urban streetwear for men and boys. 314-329-6009. He'll keep you dressed in the best of fashion. Student Minister Robert L. Muhammad out of Austin, Texas, conflict mediation, squashing the beef throughout the Southwest region. He does a phenomenal job. Sister Fudia Muhammad, Children of the Most High, giving birth to a God in the science of child rearing. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire, who ship bow tie seed anywhere in the nation. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 disinfecting cleaning services out of Chicago. My father's book, Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my 2 books, Cleopatra, which is the children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Coming right back to Brother Aaron Muhammad. Yes, sir, Brother Aaron, we right here with you.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you, brother. That's Closing the Gap at 8 p.m. on Sundays, 986-475-4829.
Okay, great.
475-4829.
All praise due to Allah. Let's make sure we all support Brother Aaron. Brother Hichi Taylor says, Closing the Gap, the mind of Minister Farrakhan. Brother Desmond said that's his books. The book strengthens the faith of the believers. All praise due to Allah. Well, speaking of strengthening the faith of the believers, Brother Aaron, I interviewed Brother Leo Muhammad out of London earlier today, and we will put that on YouTube, dealing with the will, the reality of the mother plane, the will, and he shared his screen and showed the clip of the minister after the criterion, him saying what he said on July 4th, and then showing the reactions of people all across the country when the baby planes were being seen. Why, in this Closing the Gap, this is our foundation, point number 12, things of that nature. How important is it for us to understand the reality of the mother plane?
Why is it important? Well, number one is where God resides at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's number one. Number two, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan said it has 2 functions, one of life, one of death. So in the time of judgment, we have to decide, do we want to live or do we want to die?
Yes, sir.
Most of us submit ourselves to this Caucasian world in reality out of fear. What could be done to us if I walk away? It's like the slave on this plantation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Master ain't gonna like this too much if I run away, right? It's fear. But when you know that you have backing, physically backing as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It gives you a lot of strength. So the will, the mother plane, the will, we know it's all in the scripture. And I'm not like they say, like my brother Rashad Iliad, I'm not in depth in it, but I know this. I know it's real.
Well,
I've seen it in my
yes,
early
sir.
days. I've seen it in my backyard back here where we living in. I have pictures of it. I wish I could pull up the picture that I showed. Me and my wife was driving and we were getting off an exit, and I looked back to see was a car coming across, and lo and behold, we saw what we know is the mother of wheels. It was a fiery cloud, and I wish I could pull it up to show you. And I have pictures of that. So I've seen it several times, Josh. I know it's real. Because again, if it's not real, we might as well flap the computer down, brother. And I see you at the Freaknik, Josh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it ain't real, brother, we come on, bro. If it's not real, see. So why is it important for us to really believe that aspect? Because that is part of where it talks about in the scripture about Jesus taken up in a cloud.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We believe the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is who we say he is. Then we have to believe in 1985 that he was taken up in a cloud.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have to believe that everything he does is backed by the two that's on the wheel.
Yes, sir.
We have to believe that. And how do we know it's true? We step out on faith in that belief. So everything that we is attempting to do and accomplishing, we do it based on our belief in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So the wheels are very important. Very, very important. And we got, some people, they believe in how they eat to live, but they don't believe in the wheel. They believe, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We were taught you wouldn't be able to get on the wheel unless you was over 150 pounds. Yeah. You wasn't able to get on the wheel. So that's how to eat to live, man. People are using that to lose weight, and we've been taught that that's not the purpose. But to believe that and not to believe in the wheel, when the Honorable Minister Farrakhan teaches us there's new vegetation on the wheel. The whole reality of the wheel bear witness to what's in the scripture.
That's right. That's right.
It has to be real. We seeing it live and in living color. So we got to be the witness bearers. Allah say in the Quran that the messenger is the witness bearer to the believers, and the believers are the witness bearer to the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the Honorable Minister Farrakhan knows that these will exist, and everything he's been doing is based on the power in the will. He's bearing witness to me that the wheels are real. Now, what should I be doing? I should be bearing witness to the people that the wheels are real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, Brother Aaron, I'm watching a new series on, it's not new, but it's like season 4, called Stranger Things on Netflix, and it's dealing, with some high level, stuff, what I'm saying, some science fiction stuff. But it seems like if all the movies, or every time somebody's getting taken or abducted or something going on with baby planes, it seems to be in rural places like where your farm is. So maybe, so you see baby planes.
I gotta do a little more cleaning up.
I'm just saying,
it's between me and you. It's between me and you, Josh. I ain't ready to go up on that piece. I may get up there, man, and something else may happen, brother. I got to do a little more work on myself.
Yes, sir. I'm just saying that if you see baby planes at the farm.
Yeah, I got pictures of them where I see them in my backyard, beautiful. And you can tell the difference between a baby plane and a star.
Yes, sir.
It is what it is.
Oh, praises due to
I was driving one night, 3 a.m, coming home from dropping a brother off in the Columbus, Georgia, and I'm riding, and I see this little star following me. So I said, wait a minute, let me see if this thing is following. Stars don't follow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I pull over and it stopped. So I reach and grab my iPad. And I said, let me see this thing real. And I'm driving, so trucks going in the opposite direction. So it's still following me, man. I got my iPad out, driving instead of pulling over, parking, and filming it. But I got it on tape.
Beautiful. All praise be to Allah.
All praise
yes,
be to Allah.
And Brother Aaron, so my next question for you is the departure of the Most High Louis Farrakhan and the betrayal of Jesus. Who's going to testify and who's going to say, who do you say I am? And things of this nature. How important do you think it is that we bear witness before the departure and or during the crucifixion and after? How important do you think it is for us to just, I guess, like, be on the rostrum or on social media, in person, like, in the streets? How important do you think it is that we say this is who we think the Most High Missile is Farrakhan? How important do you think that is?
I think it's very important. A lot of the believers of the circle of believers that I'm in, they know that I don't hesitate. Again, cancer survivor, had cancer in 2009, pardon me. And if it were not me laying eyes on the Honorable Minister Farrakhan in 2007, when he stepped out on that stage in Detroit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, tears came down from my eyes. And I think I shared this before on the thing. Tears came from my eyes. And what came from my mouth was, we can make it. Not knowing that I was about to go in a bout with cancer 2 years, 3 years later in 2010.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I went into a bout with cancer, but I fed on the songs of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. I was blessed to have tapes years ago of some of the minister's songs and recordings of the minister's songs, his old music and things. So when I was going through my bout, Josh, I was just feeding on his words. That's what got me through. You talk about an excruciating pain night and day. I'm used to being a football player, 230 pounds, bro. I'm down to 105 pounds trying to figure out what's going on. I practiced Eat to Live for 30 some years, but it's deviation. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us in book 2, How to Eat to Live, or book 1, book 2, page 144. Do not eat the dough. It stretches the lining of the stomach. So I was a heavy pizza eater, along with black coffee drinker. Not good for the digestive system. Going right back to your question, proving the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is the Jesus in our midst.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because he heals you. He heals you. Sometimes it's by touch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But sometimes it's a way of life. He's healing us now as we go through this way of life that he's teaching and training us what he received from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He gives us a way. So to me, oh man, I boast from the mountaintop, bro. You know why, Josh? Because it's like being in the gym. You're a boxer, man, and you ain't been boxing for 2 or 3 months. All of a sudden the phone rings. We got the big fight for you next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ready? You're going to go to the gym in about 2 or 3 weeks, try to lose all this weight, get on this diet, man. You in trouble. Now, we got to stay in the gym. We have to practice. Because when that time comes, when the Honorable Minister Farrakhan has departed, oh, man, they coming out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we were sharing that with today about choosing Barabbas over Jesus. See, we practice sometimes. So as I was eating that pizza, guess who I'm choosing? Barabbas.
Okay, man.
Watch out, Josh. I'm shocked. Hey, but wait, hey, Josh, check it out. They got some gluten-free pizza, bro. Hey, Josh. Hey, Josh. Hey,
I'm just saying, you heard my dinner time. I'm like, you're right. I guess the thing is,
but it rips the lining of the stomach up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when it began to rip the lining of my stomach up, tumors began to form.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See? No, but they got this thing called gluten-free pizza, Josh. You wouldn't know the difference, brother.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's so
yes,
light.
Sir.
It's so light. However, yeah, we got to practice. We have to practice. We have to practice. The Holy Quran said it. I'll repeat it again. The messenger is a witness bearer to the believers. The believers are a witness bearer to the people. We have to practice. If we know who he is, what man having a light will place it under a bushel basket?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, I'm shining my light. That's the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. So yeah, now we got to practice that because they're gonna come. They're gonna come, and they're gonna come in all types of ways, man.
Okay, great.
Our minds.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Now, Brother Aaron, I asked you the first interview that we did about your music taste. What type of movies do you watch just to relax? Is there any comedies? Are you in a horror film? Any action films? What you watch?
Oh man, music, man. I like a lot of movies that have some truth in it.
Okay.
And all of them really do. But you know what I mean? Like you said, the sci-fi movies, the
Yes,
things
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you know, a real good movie I watched, and I share this with the believers, you got to watch it. It's called American Refugees. And my God, man, you got the sister, you got Antoine Fisher in there, and you got the sister from Living Single is in there.
Okay.
Max.
Okay. Okay.
Brother,
Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
got to
sir.
watch it. And what they're showing real quick, you got to see it though. What the Honorable Minister Farrakhan has been teaching us from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at being prepared in the day of judgment, storing food. I'm gonna drop this on you, I'm gonna let it go. They showed that the Black family, nice, beautiful home, lovely home, man, 2-car garage laid out. Next door was a Caucasian family. And when you went to their house, you looked like you was walking in a dungeon. They have, and now this is in the midst of mayhem in society. Society is going out of control right now. They're watching this on news. Just so happens somebody tried to rob and break into their house. They had to go to the white man's people's house. And when they went over there, brother, bunkers and everything. But now they takes up a little spiritual and mentally testing that as well. Gotta watch it, bro. So I like movies that challenge the mind. I like movies that make you see things a little clearer. Music, I listen to all genre of music, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't listen to country music before. If it sounds good and feel good to me, I'll listen to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Labels, I don't know names. I don't know. I just hear a tune, hear a sound, I listen to it. So, you know.
All praise due to Allah. Okay, great. And Brother Nasir says you were his first lieutenant in Jersey City. Sister Tracy says, Assalamu alaikum, family. Yes, sir. Brother Aaron, I have one more question for you again, just to follow with everybody who's just tuning in now. Where can we go? Just call Brother Aaron Muhammad. He gave his cell phone number earlier to Elevated Places in Albany, Georgia. If you want to go somewhere to get your mind right, outdoor, good food, horses, fishing, workshops.
Everybody like them.
Oh yeah, so you got four wheelers too?
Yeah, everybody like the 4-wheelers.
Man, we got the I didn't know about the 4-wheelers. Yes, sir.
See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in Economic Blueprint, Message to the Black Man, page 174. Check out what he said, Josh. Point number 1, recognize the necessity for unity in group operation. So we have 2 brothers who have 4-wheelers. So anytime I have people come up, I rent their 4-wheelers. I don't ask them for free. Nah, brother, you ain't got to pay, don't worry about it. We have Brother Chavion X and we have Brother Augustus X. They have 4-wheelers until we get our own. But when I borrow their 4-wheelers, I pay them for that. So we try to make it available for people. This will be a good weekend next weekend to come on down because we got Muhammad's Farm Day. It was changed from Founders Day to Muhammad's Farm Day for the 4th of July, celebrating the Independence Day and the coming of Master Father Muhammad. That's next weekend. So if you all want to come down and participate in that as well, we be here. We right around the corner from Muhammad's Farm.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. So everybody get your 4-wheelers on. For me, I listen to some DMX on the 4-wheelers, you know, some Rough Riders, and be out there riding, man.
DMX, my man, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I want to thank everyone who's watching and showing love all across the country. I want to thank you again, Brother Aaron, for your wonderful walk through the scriptures, making it relatable, correlating it in testimony, your personal testimony again. Man, you got me thinking, and just, you know, the value of the woman, brother. You know, that's everything you say about mother planes, diet, everything else. Was like, nah, his wife. Hey, look, his wife.
That's right, brother. That's important, bro. Happy wife, happy life, brother. I know where it came from, but trust me, brother, we cannot do what we desire to do, Josh, without a good woman. You know that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's your father.
Yes, sir. I'm aware.
Look at your father's history, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You do that with a strong woman without a strong woman supporting and backing him. You know yes, that. Sir. That is the formula.
That's right.
One of these days we gotta come on and talk about it, because you go read page 263 in Closing the Gap, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Honorable Minister Farrakhan talks about the value of the woman and how she, 263, Closing the Gap. 263. You can't do, we as men cannot do anything without a woman. Period. Period. You know, they said when God created himself out of triple stage darkness, Josh, And then he created a second self, the woman.
Yes,
when
sir.
she came forth, she did this. This all we got? She looked around with nothing but darkness. This all we got? And then
Yes,
here
sir.
goes
Yes,
the
sir.
sun, moon, and stars. And
That's right. That's right.
we start dressing that thing up for him, man. Because, you know, we're living in a house with a big screen TV, brother, and a managing job, brother. Please, talk about with all these gators in my suit. But if it ain't for your woman, bro, she make you dress stuff up, man.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. So all praise is due to Allah, who came in the person of Master Father Muhammad. We thank Allah for raising the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the exalted Christ. And we forever thank Allah for blessing us with the Messiah, the spirit of truth, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. So thank you again, Josh.
Thank you,
I got to keep my word, Josh. I'm going to put my word out there, brother. I got to get a year subscription.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother. I done put it out there. So guess what, Josh? I got to make my word my bond, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to tie yourself up sometime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll put it out there. So we're going to make that happen because we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to share what Allah is doing for us.
Bro, Aaron, you already know we family. You know how much I admire
brother,
you.
You know, but hey, look, one hand wash the other and they both wash the face. Come on, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We don't make it like that, Josh. No. You want some donuts? Pay for it, brother. Aaron.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sister Tracy says big facts. Bro Joseph says Assalamu alaikum, fam. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes, sir. Alaikum salam, sir.